Alright, hi everyone, I'm Zan, and I've been following the New Boston's Android development tutorial set put out by Travis at my bringback. And what I found when I got to the Google Maps section is that the tutorials were a little bit outdated, and we could actually use a new tutorial to show us how to get Google Maps installed on the app that we've been working on. So in this tutorial I'm going to quickly show you how to do it. I'm up to this point when it comes to working with Android, just following only this tutorial set, so I'm not very well experienced or anything, but even I can do it, and so hopefully you guys will be able to follow along too. So the first thing we're going to want to do is go to developers.google.com. You're going to want to type in Maps and go to the Getting Started section. This is the handbook you need to follow. These are the instructions you need to follow to be able to get Google Maps running on the app that you've created. The first thing you need to do is install the Android SDK. And if you've been following Travis's tutorials, you've already done that. The next thing you need to do is download and configure the Google Play Services SDK. And the way you do that is when you go into Eclipse, you want to open up the Android SDK Manager. It takes a minute for it to load, and I've already done it. And so I've opened it up. I have it open right here. What you're going to want to do is select Google Play Services, and you're going to want to install that package. Select it, hit accept, and hit install. This could take a minute, and so I'll just cut the video when it's done, and I'll catch you guys then. Alright, so here we have it installed. Google Play Services is now installed. The next thing you're going to want to do is go into your Package Explorer here, and you're going to want to, before you do that, go into Project, and you likely have Build Automatically selected. Unselect it so that you're not building automatically. Then go into Package Explorer and go to Import, and under the Android folder, Existing Android Code into Workplace. Next, Browse. So I believe Travis told us to put together a development folder where you put down your ADT bundle. So going into that, going into your SDK, I'll go under Extras, Google, Google Play Services, Lib Project, and then you want to choose this one, which is Google Play Services Library. So open that up, copy projects into Workplace, and then hit Finish. Okay, so we've loaded that up. You may get an error here, in which case you'll want to build the project by right-clicking on it and choosing Build Project. This could take a minute. Alright, so after that is done, you want to import it into your new into the app that you've been working on. So I believe he calls the app either the New Boston or My Bringback or something like that. I gave my app the creative name of New Tutorial 1, not really knowing what I was doing. So you're going to want to right click on that and go into Properties. Then you're going to want to choose Android here, and then you're under the Library section. You want to hit Add, select the Google Play Services library that we just had installed, and then you want to hit OK. When you're done that, build your project. Going back to the instructions online. So install and configure the Google Play Services. So install the Google Play Services SDK, which we did. Add Google Play Services as an Android library project. We just did that, and reference the Google Play Services in your apps project. We haven't done that yet. And the way you do that is first you copy this code, and then within the application element, going into Eclipse, you open up your Android manifest, and scrolling down to application, we're here. So I just commented this out so that you guys can see what it is that I added. Formatting that in and save. Alright. Next, we want to get a Google Maps API key. And the way you do that is if you scroll down, you're going to want to choose the displaying the debug certificate fingerprint if you are still in debugging mode, which I assume you guys are in. Take note, there's one for Linux or OS X, and there's one for Windows 7, which you want to copy. In the Windows 7 one, you have to enter your user profile here. You don't have to worry about that for Mac though, and since I'm on a Mac, I'm just going to highlight this and copy it. You then want to open up your terminal and paste that in, hit enter. And here we have our results. So you want to copy your SHA1 key to your clipboard. You should see an output similar to this, which is more or less what we saw. Scrolling down, you want to create an API project in the Google APIs console. So I'm going to open this up in a new tab so that we don't lose our position. And going here, you're going to want to choose API access. And then you want to create a new Android key. And this is where you paste that key, followed by a semicolon, and then type in the project name that you have. So for me, it's com.example because I'm cool like that. New tutorial 1. And then you want to create that. And what you're going to get here is your API key. I'm going to leave this tab open for now. And I'm going to go back to the original Android Google developers instructions. So we want to obtain our key. We have our key on the other tab. And then we want to add the API key to our application. So highlight this code here and copy it. And you want to insert this right before the ending of the application element. So going back to Eclipse, we're going to scroll down to the bottom. This is where the ending of the application element is. Paste it in and format. So I guess I should add in my comment. Starts here. And this also helps if you have any, like if you're doing this and you have a problem, this allows you to figure out what it is you just edited. So you'll see here API key. We need to get our key. So going back to the API console, you want to select and highlight your API key, copy that to your clipboard, go back to Eclipse, paste that in here, save. Alright, cool. One other thing you want to do really quick that I forgot to mention is going back to your Google APIs console, you want to click on Services here. And you want to scroll down to, what is it called, Google Maps? Google Maps Android API v2. You want to turn that on. That has to be on for you to be able to access the map. So just make sure you have this clicked and then we can go back to the and then you want to rebuild your application. So going back to Eclipse, going to build project. Alright, we should be good. Next, we have to specify app settings in the application manifest. So really what we need to do is specify our permissions because we want to access the internet. So conveniently they give us all the permissions. Just highlight your code there, go back to your manifest, scroll up to the top, and these are the permissions we have used so far if you followed the tutorials from day one. And so I'm just going to paste them below and within my brackets here so I know what I've been changing, and then you want to save it. Going back to the instructions, we're going to specify a requirement for OpenGL ES version 2, so you want to highlight this, and you want to have it as an element, as a child of the manifest element. So again, going back to Eclipse, within the manifest, we're going to paste it here, format and save. Going back to the instructions. Alright, so we're almost done. The last thing we're going to have to do is create an XML file and then our class. So I'm just going to copy this code to clipboard for now. And I'm going to create a new layout. Now, since we want to include this in our already existing project, I'm going to create a new layout and I'm going to call it maps. Some creative, like open up for us. Maybe. Slowly. Okay, there we go. So we're open. Go into your XML, the text, and paste that there, and then save this. I'm now going to create a new class. New class. And I'm going to call this class maps. Okay, and then you want to go back to the instructions and you want to copy this code here. Now they wrote this code for the main activity.java, which is the example that Google developers gave everyone. Since we're not doing that, we're going to have to change this a little bit. Your package name needs to be updated. So this is what I called my package name. Your public class, you want it to point to maps, and finally you want to set your content view to maps, lowercase. That's the XML file that we just created. Interesting. Okay, so then you want to build. Command B is the shortcut to build everything. Okay, there we go. So that error went away. The next thing you're going to want to do is on your phone, you want to make sure that you have uninstalled the app that you have already had running, and then you're going to want to load up the internet. So I'm just checking my phone now. Actually, I can show you guys what I'm doing. Where is it? Yeah, okay, so I don't have the app installed anymore. Going back to our home, we can then load our app up, and this could take a minute. Okay, so after that's ready to go, you want to select the phone that you have, hit OK, and we'll start uploading it to your phone. So this is what's on my phone right now. Remember to have your internet turned on. Okay, there we go, launching. Going down to the bottom. Oh, remember to include it in your menu, the apps button here. Select that. And here you have it, Maps. And this allows you to scroll around, to zoom in, whatever you want to do. And then from here, you can continue on finding other tutorials now that the maps has been set up and initialized. So I hope that helps you guys in getting this all set up. And good luck learning everything else there is to know when it comes to developing for Android, for the most part. Have a good one.